Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to study the very famous, the greatest writer of English verse, John Milton. Okay, and he was the greatest writer of verses after William Shakespeare, and he often been considered as one of the most learned poet of all the time. Okay, so he became a prominent figure when England it was passing through a very tough time of a huge religious and political turmoil. Okay, so John Milton, he was a very representative poet of Puritan age. Okay, and before studying John Milton, we should study the age to which he belonged. Okay, and before studying Puritan age, we should study the Caroline age. Basically, we are talking about the Jacobin age. Okay, okay. For reading John Milton, we have to begin with Jacobin age. Okay, Jacobin age, it all started with 1603 to 1625, and this age it was named after James I, who reigned over England from 1603 to 1625. Okay, and some historians, what they do, they call the last 5 years of this age as some other age which they call Puritan age. Okay, so we are interested in Puritan age because this was the time, or this was the period in which our this great writer he exists. Okay, he flourished. Okay, so this Puritan age, that is 1620 to 1660. Okay, so why they call it so? Because 1620 and 1660, these years, between these years, the Puritanism it become the driving force of life and literature of England. Okay, तो जो important facts हैं which have influenced the literature of this time, they were, सबसे पहले चीज़, जैकोबिन एरियाज में जो कॉलोनियल टेरिटरीज थी, they were expanded, right? Religious conflict, okay, which was subsidized in Elizabethan age. इस period में हम देखते हैं कि that religious conflict it revived. Okay, तो जो प्रोटेस्टेंट थे, दे डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 सेक्ट्स, है ना. जब एलिजाबेथन टाइम में कैथलिक्स एंड प्रोटेस्टेंट दो नया, एक प्रोटेस्टेंटिज्म एक नया रिलीजन बन के सामने आया था. इस पीरियड में जैकोबिन एज जो एकदम बाद में है किसके, एलिजाबेथन एज के, द एज विच फॉलो एलिजाबेथन एज, दैट इज जैकोबिन एज. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या देखते हैं कि वो जो रिलीजियस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट था वो रिवाइव्ड हुआ था. अब जो प्रोटेस्टेंट्स थे वो 3 सेक्ट्स में डिवाइड हो गए थे. देखो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. क्या वो 3 सेक्ट्स थे? पहला दैट वाज एंजेलिकन्स, सेकंड that is a new religion, that is Presbyterians, and third were Puritans. ओके, तो इस एज में हम क्या देखते हैं कि रेनेसां का जो इन्फ्लुएंस था इट कंटिन्यू. ऑफ कोर्स वी फाइंड द स्पिरिट ऑफ रेनेसां इन द पोइट्री ऑफ जॉन मिल्टन. देन व्हेन वी विल स्टडी हिज पोएम्स, देन वी विल सी हाउ रेनेसां इट इज द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ रेनेसां इज देयर. ओके, and one of the major changes that happened in the period of Jacobin, that is that the Scotland it was brought under the rule of King of England. Okay, so this was the thing. Now the period after Jacobin age, that is the Caroline age. Okay, 1625 to 1649, and Caroline age it is named after Charles I, who reigned over England from 1625 to 1649. So Caroline it is right from Carolus. This is a Latin version of Charles. Charles I, he was the king this in the time of Caroline age. Okay, so ये जो एज है इट इज़ ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ प्यूरिटन एज. प्यूरिटन एज इफ़ यू रिमेंबर दैट इज 1620 to 1660. ओके, तो ये जो पीरियड है ये बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. Okay, how it is important? Because this was the time there was a civil war going on between Cavaliers and Roundheads. Cavaliers कौन थे? Cavaliers थे वो लोग जो सपोर्ट करते थे किंग चार्ल्स वन को. ओके, तो उनके जो सपोर्टर्स हुआ करते थे बेसिकली दे वर लॉर्ड्स एंड देयर डिपेंडेंट्स. ठीक है, तो दे वर Cavaliers. द पीपल हु यूज्ड टू सपोर्ट Charles I, they were called Cavaliers. एंड राउंड हेड कौन हुआ करते थे? ऑल द पार्लियामेंटेरियंस. ओके, जितने भी पार्लियामेंटेरियंस होते थे they were called round heads. Okay, so most of them, these round heads, they were Puritan. Okay, so एक group of lyrical poet भी हैं which are associated with Cavaliers. They were called Cavalier poets. Sucklings, Robert Herrick, Thomas Crewe, they are some of the members. Okay, now, so civil war, it just coincides with the reign of Charles I, who ruled England, Scotland and Ireland. ओके, अब देखो सिविल वॉर स्टार्ट क्यों हुई थी? ये जो सिविल वॉर, असल में सिविल वॉर क्या है? सिविल वॉर, दिस इज अ वॉर बिटवीन कवेलियर्स एंड राउंड हेड. ओके, आई हैव जस्ट डिस्क्राइब इट, हु आर कवेलियर्स एंड हु आर राउंड हेड्स. ओके, तो ये जो सिविल वॉर थी, इट को इंसिडेंट्स विद द reign of Charles I. ओके, अब हमें ये देखना है कि वाई दिस सिविल वॉर हैपन. ठीक है, अब देखो चार्ल्स वन जो था, ही वॉज एंगेलिकन. ओके, ही वॉज अ हाई एंगेलिकन. ओके, I have already described that the Protestantism, it was divided into sects. Okay, 3 sects. One of the sect was Anglican. See, he was an Anglican who believed in the divine right of kings. ओके, और उसे क्या लगता था कि किंग्स जो होते हैं वो सुपीरियर होते हैं रादर देन द चर्च एंड द प्रीस्ट और द पोप्स. ओके, तो वो कहता था कि जो किंग हैं, दे हैव दिस डिवाइन राइट्स. ओके, जो गॉडली फिगर है वो प्रीस्ट ना होके किंग को होना चाहिए. एंड शी हैड अ फ्रेंच कैथोलिक क्वीन. तो अगेन दिस इज़ वेरी कंट्रोवर्शियल. ओके, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दीज कंट्रोवर्सी, देयर वर सम अदर कंट्रोवर्शियल मैटर्स. जैसे कि उसके रेन में क्या हुआ था? देयर वॉज एन इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ अ वेरी कंट्रोवर्शियल बुक ऑफ कॉमन प्रेयर. ओके, उससे पहले क्या होता था कि बाइबल का कोई ऐसा पब्लिकेशन नहीं था, बट एट दैट टाइम देयर वॉज अ बुक ही पब्लिश्ड कॉल्ड बुक ऑफ कॉमन प्रेयर. ओके, इसके अलावा उसने क्या करा था? कुछ अनपॉपुलर टैक्सेस जैसे शिप मनी, ओके, इसको इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया था. देयर वॉज रिफ्यूजल टू एक्सेप्ट पार्लियामेंट्स डिमांड फॉर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की एक्सेट्रा. तो ये कुछ ऐसे डिमांड्स थे जो उन्होंने मानने से इनकार कर दिया. उसका जो रेन है 1629 से 40, इट इज़ समटाइम इवन कॉल्ड द 11 years ऑफ टिरेनिटी. ओके, tyranny. Okay, because these all 11 year he ruled without a parliament. कैन यू इमेजिन दिस थिंग? अगर पार्लियामेंट किसी कंट्री में नहीं होती तो उसका क्या मतलब है कि वहाँ पे डेमोक्रेसी नहीं है, देयर इज़ नो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एक्सेट्रा. ओके, सो देयर इज़ द एब्सोल्यूट मोनार्ची देयर. तो इसीलिए दिस ऑल दीज 11 years दे वर कॉल्ड द 11 years tyranny. ओके, सो चार्ल्स वन जो है, ही इज़ ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व इन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विद स्कॉट्स. और यही रीज़न है कि सिविल वॉर जो थी वो 2 फेजेस में हो गई थी, 1642 to 46, 48 to 54. और इसी सिविल वॉर का क्या नतीजा निकलता है? दैट चार्ल्स वन, ही वॉज कैप्चर्ड एंड पुट टू ट्रायल एंड इवेंचुअली ही beheaded ऑन 30 January 1649. उसको मार दिया गया. ओके, और उसके बाद जो है प्यूरिटन रूल है वो स्टार्ट हो जाता है 1649 से 1660 under the leadership of Oliver Cromwell. Okay, he acted as the Lord Protector. Okay, और प्यूरिटन्स ने आते ही क्या करा? प्यूरिटन्स ने आते ही सबसे पहले जितने थिएटर्स थे उन्हें क्लोज कर दिया. ओके, दे ब्रॉट स्ट्रिक्ट कंट्रोल ओवर आर्ट एंड लिटरेचर. और ऐसे ही एक पीरियड में हमारा जो द मेजर राइटर ड्यूरिंग दिस पीरियड, इट वॉज जॉन मिल्टन. Okay, so John Milton, he was the representative writer of this time. अब देखो ये जो प्यूरिटन्स थे, ओके, रेनेसा जिसका इमेंस इन्फ्लुएंस था एलिजाबेथन लिटरेचर पे, essentially they were pagan and sensuous. Okay, and they did not concern about the moral nature of men. Okay, so this was the thing. लेकिन जब प्यूरिटन मूवमेंट को हम देखते हैं तो वी कैन रिगार्ड इट एज अ सेकेंड ग्रेटर रेनेसा. ओके, देयर वॉज अ रीबर्थ ऑफ मॉरल नेचर ऑफ मैन फॉलोइंग द इंटेलेक्चुअल अवेकनिंग ऑफ यूरोप इन 15 and 16 century. ओके, सो प्यूरिटन जो थे, प्यूरिटनिज्म जो है, इनके 2 चीफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स थे. फर्स्ट वॉज द पर्सनल राइटियसनेस, सेकेंड वॉज सिविल एंड पर्सनल लिबर्टी। ये दो चीफ आइडियाज़ या दो चीफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के साथ प्यूरिटन पावर में आए थे। ओके, एक दूसरे तरीके से आप कह सकते हैं प्यूरिटन जो थे वो प्योरीफाई करना चाहते थे क्रिश्चियन रिलीजन को। उन्हें क्या लगता था कि जो क्रिश्चियनिटी है वो बहुत ज़्यादा पोल्यूटेड हो गई है विद ऑल दीज थॉट्स। तो what they trying to do, that there should be a personal righteousness. What they are trying to aim, they try to aim to make men honest and to make them free. Okay, भले ही द स्पिरिट ऑफ द प्यूरिटन मूवमेंट इट वॉज प्रोफाउंडली रिलीजियस, लेकिन प्यूरिटन को जब हम देखें तो ये कोई एक रिलीजियस सेक्ट नहीं था। नाइदर द प्यूरिटन दे वर नैरो माइंडेड और ग्लूमी डॉगमेटिक्स। ओके, जैसे कि पिक्चर किया जाता है हिस्ट्रीज में ऐसे। ओके, प्यूरिटन्स जो थे they included all shade of beliefs. Okay, at that time it become a great national movement. और वो जो नेशनल मूवमेंट था उसमें हर तरीके के लोग जो थे जुड़े थे, चाहे वो इंग्लिश चर्चमेंस हो, एक्सट्रीम सेपरिस्ट हो, केवेलियनिस्ट हो, ओके, कैथलिक्स, नोबलमैन हो, सब लोग they were just bounded together to resistance in resistance to despotism in church and state. Okay, and definitely there is a passion for liberty and righteousness. Okay, so these two things they were the chief ideals of Puritanism. Okay, अब क्या हुआ था, जैसे ही प्यूरिटिज्म जो प्यूरिटन रूल हुआ था क्रोमवेल का, it started, they passed very severe laws. सिंपल जो प्लेजर वाली जो चीज़ें थी, दैट इन्वोक प्लेजर, एंटरटेनमेंट, वो सारी चीज़ें फॉरबिडन कर दी गई थी। दे वर टेंड टू प्योरीफाई all these things, right? So first thing what they have done, as I have said, all the theater they were closed. और उन्हें कहा गया कि एक एक्स्ट्रा स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग लाइफ इट वॉज फोर्स अपॉन द पीपल। you have to live like saints. ये जो मेटलिस्टिक थिंग्स हैं और जो सोर्सेज ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट है, यू शुड नॉट फोकस योर होल पर्सनैलिटी अपॉन दैट. सो देयर वॉज फोर्स्ड दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड लिविंग, इट वॉज फोर्स अपॉन द पीपल. तो इसी वजह से क्या हुआ था, देयर वॉज अ रिबेलियन अगेंस्ट प्यूरिटनिज्म विच basically ended in the restoration period. There was the restoration of King Charles II, which was the son of Charles I. अब हम एज ऑफ मिल्टन के कुछ लिटरेरी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स देख लेते हैं, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल डिस्कस बायोग्राफी ऑफ मिल्टन. क्विकली वी आर सीइंग इट. मिल्टन की एज में देयर इज डेफिनेटली द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ प्यूरिटनिज्म, है ना. प्यूरिटनिज्म का जो इन्फ्लुएंस है इंग्लिश लाइफ एंड लिटरेचर पे बहुत ज़्यादा था. प्रोफाउंडली इट हैज़ इन्फ्लुएंस्ड द लाइफ एंड लिटरेचर ऑफ दैट टाइम. ओके, ये जो स्पिरिट थी इट वॉज वेरी फाइन एंड नोबल, बट एट द सेम टाइम इट वॉज वेरी हार्ड. Okay, you have to let go all those pleasures, and you have to live a standard life, a very austere kind of life, saint like life. Okay, so this was very difficult. All right, so there was a kind of spiritual gloom which sooner or later it fastened upon the writer of this age. Okay, और धीरे धीरे क्या होने लगा, ये जो सो कॉल्ड ग्लूमी एज थी, कुछ माइनर पोएम्स जो थी प्रोड्यूस करी थी. एंड यस, वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट मास्टर ऑफ वर्स जो कोई भी एज के लोग जो हैं ग्लोरीफाई कर सकते हैं, दैट इज़ जॉन मिल्टन. ओके, जिसमें हम देखते हैं दैट इज़ द प्यूरिटन स्पिरिट. द प्यूरिटन स्पिरिट इट फाइंड इट्स नोबलेस्ट एक्सप्रेशन. ओके, और ये जो लिटरेचर था इस पीरियड का, इट लैक एनी काइंड ऑफ कॉन्क्रीटनेस और विटेलिटी. ओके, कॉन्क्रीटनेस यानी रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ, ये सब चीज़ें नहीं थी. ओके, मिल्टन की जब हम बात करें, ही इज़ कंसर्न्ड रादर विद थ्योराइजिंग अबाउट लाइफ. ठीक है, कॉन्क्रीट रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ को प्रेजेंट करने के बजाय ही टेंड्स टू थ्योरलाइज. ओके, थ्योरी प्रेजेंट करने की कोशिश करता है अबाउट लाइफ. Okay, and there is want of spirit of unity. भले ही बहुत सारी डाइवर्सिटी थी एलिजाबेथन लिटरेचर में, हम लेकिन कह सकते हैं कि देयर वाज स्पिरिट ऑफ यूनिटी. ओके, अब जेम्स 1 और जेम्स 2 के बीच का ये जो टाइम है, ठीक है, इट वॉज़ वेरी हॉस्टाइल टू द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ पीपल. ओके, तो जो कंट्री थी इट वॉज डिवाइडेड बिटवीन द स्ट्रगल फॉर पॉलिटिकल एंड रिलीजियस लिबर्टी. तो इसी तरीके से लिटरेचर जो था इस टाइम पे वो भी डिवाइडेड हो गया था इन स्पिरिट एज वेल एज इन द स्ट्रगलिंग पार्टीज. न दैट वी नो कि उस टाइम पे सिविल वॉर चल रही थी. फिर हम यहाँ पे क्या देखते हैं, थर्ड चीज़, द फोर्थ इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर, दैट द क्रिटिकल एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल स्पिरिट. There is a dominance of critical and intellectual spirit. The romantic spirit that we have seen in Elizabethan literature वो vanish हो गया था. इसके बजाय एक critical और intellectual spirit it dominate the literature of this period, है ना. मिल्टन में भी हम यही सब देखेंगे, the critical and intellectual spirit, चाहे उसकी पोएम्स में हो या द ग्रेट पैराडाइज लॉस्ट में हम ये देखेंगे. एंड द फिफ्थ इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर वॉज दैट देर वॉज द डिके ऑफ ड्रामा. एलिजाबेथन पीरियड में हम देखते हैं शेक्सपियर एंड अदर राइटर्स में, द ड्रामेटिस्ट में हम देखते हैं कि देर इज़ द प्रॉस्परसनेस ऑफ ड्रामा, बट हियर इन दिस पीरियड वी विल से देर इज़ द डिके. Okay, all these civil disturbance and the strong opposition of Puritan, it was the main reason for the collapse of drama. Okay, so 1642 में there were the closing of theatres, और जब theatre ही close हो गए थे तो it was like the final jolt to the development of drama. So these were some of the factors that were related to the period to which John Milton belonged. Okay, so let's just discuss the biography of John Milton. Okay, John Milton, he was born in London on December 6, 1608. Okay, and this was the period, you know, about 8 years before Shakespeare's death. After 8 years birth of John Milton, Shakespeare died. Okay, his father was John Milton Senior. Okay, he was a screenwriter. Okay, you know, this was a occupation which combined the duties of modern banker and a lawyer. Okay, so and his mother was Sarah Jeffrey, and she was the daughter of wealthy merchant. Okay, so he has an elder sister whose name was Anne, younger brother whose name was Christopher. There were some other siblings who died in their infancy. Okay, so when we talk about John Milton, he was a very good student and he used to love poetry from a very a young age. His father, he also composed music, from whom he got his love for music. Okay, see, Milton, he was educated first at St. Paul's School, London, and then after that the Christ College, Cambridge, where he took his BA in 1629 and his MA in 1632. Okay, now see, he has received some private tuition initially from a Scottish tutor whose name was Thomas Young. Okay, he has this MA degree from University of St. Andrews, and you know, probably this was the person who has infused these radical ideas into young Milton. And when he joined St. Paul's School in London in 1620, you know, he studied Greek, Latin and other classical language there. Okay, and of course he wanted to become a priest in Church of England. Okay, and he got admitted in Christ College in 1625, right? And yes, I have already told you about the various degrees he had received. Okay, see, he had intended for the church, but when he observed the corrupt state of Church of England, he just gave up the idea of entering the church. Okay, from his early youth he felt that he was destined to become a poet. Okay, so what he has done in order to prepare himself for his poetic vocation, he retired to his residence at Horton. Okay, and he lived a very secluded life of deep study and meditation for 7 years. But this was the period when he wrote his 4 poems: El Allegro, Second Pensiero, Comus, and Lycidius. Okay, so they might call the first blossoms of Milton's genius. Okay, now, yes, as we had discussed earlier. Okay, during 1641 and 42, when the civil war broke out between England, in England, between Protestant and the Catholic King Charles I. Okay, Milton in 1644 he come out with his work of education. Okay, dealt with the topic of development of discipline, ability, and judgment in young boys. Okay, and the same year he has also written Agro Patricia. Okay, with in which he championed the freedom of speech and discussion for men. Okay, and after that, in 1649, when the war ended, Milton has wrote the tenure of kings and magistrates. Okay, तो वहाँ पे he has condemned the tyranny perpetuated by kings and monarchs. Alright. उसके बाद क्या होता है, he very soon after this he was appointed as the secretary for foreign languages by Cromwell government. Okay, he was a representative writer of that time, and obviously he received a position there in the Cromwell government. Okay, and he held this post for decades and translated state letters for English to Latin. Okay, now in 1659 he has written a tract titled A Treatise of Civil Power. Okay, and after that he has again written Ready and Easy Way in 1660. Okay, and then when the monarchy was re-established in 1660 with Charles II, okay, definitely Milton has to face a lot of persecutions, okay, from supporting the cause of people in overthrowing the kings. Okay, he was imprisoned for some time, and many of his books, they were burned publicly. Okay, but yes, definitely he received a general pardon later. Okay, and then he went through an unfortunate patch when he lost his wife in 1658. So he has written a sonnet to my late departed saint, to her. Then in 1667 he published Paradise Lost, which has 10 volumes, and it was considered as one of the greatest epic in English language. Okay, so yes, he is very famous for his Paradise Lost. It was a greatest epic of all time. Okay, so it took him several years from 1658 to 64 to write. Okay, and then he came out with a sequel, Paradise Regained, in 1679. Okay, and same year he has written another piece called Samson Agnostus. Okay, then these were the things. Okay, so majorly the greatest work was Paradise Lost, which was based on a biblical story of creation, Adam, Eve, and Satan. Okay, his major philosophy it was there in Paradise Lost. Okay, and yes, in 1652 he become completely blind in 1652. Okay, so this was the thing. And eventually he died in UK on November 8, 1674. Okay, so a monument was built in the Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey in his honor. Okay, so his last manuscript was Christian Doctrine. It was written in Latin, was discovered, translated, and published in 1825. So this was a very short biography that I have presented to you. Okay, so John Milton used to write in both Latin and English. Okay, and he had a very liberal Protestant view. Even if he went blind at the age of 44, okay, he has composed very famous works. Okay, the works I have mentioned: El Allegro, Second Pensiero. Okay, it was a celebration of melancholy in his early poetry. Then the Paradise Lost and things. Okay, now So this was some of the facts about John Milton, some of the details of John Milton. Okay, so we can see he has influenced many generations after that. Okay, from his work he has influenced many. uh, uh, his poetry, it is one of the great climaxes of English Renaissance art. Okay, so he is set that in him there is the streams of Renaissance and Reformation. These two ideas, they flow together. Okay, he was again a Calvinist who studied all Old Testament in Hebrew and make interpretation of his own. Okay, so definitely he was an ardent Puritan, but yes, he's also a follower of Renaissance art. Okay, so these were some of the important things that we have discussed today about John Milton. Definitely do make a good introduction of John Milton, and in the next lecture we are going to study the poems of John Milton, the poem that are described in your syllabus. We are going to read that. Till then, keep studying. Take care.